our 1,200 square foot rancher. This was our starter home that we brought all of our babies home to, which is giving me a little bit of nostalgia these days. But it is back on the market due to the financing of the seller falling through. But I wanted to show you guys what we did and some of the products that we used when we renovated it. We got it back from the renters and it was completely destroyed. We had to rip it down to the studs and basically replace everything, and it cost us about $25,000 to do all of that, not including putting a new roof on, but the house was due to get a new roof. So we will start in the main living space. This is our open concept living room, eat-in kitchen, and then it leads into the laundry room. We wanted to open this up and make it feel really open and bigger and brighter and just work for our family. Before there was a wall here that then went down to a half wall, and the kitchen was a kind of oversized galley kitchen on the back side of it. So that was the first thing we did, was figure out how to open this up and have an island, and similar layout to my house that I had in South Carolina. So we removed the wall, and then we left all the appliances where they were, just from a money standpoint. So this is where the stove originally was, as well as the microwave, and then the countertop went down through here. The fridge was always here, and we left it along with the dishwasher and the sink. The layout of these items worked. It was just basically a waste of space, and then with the wall it cut everything off. So we definitely wanted to put in an island. And here we did plywood to make the shiplap. We got big sheets and Jason cut them down to, I believe, an 8-inch width, and then we put them on top of the drywall that we didn't finish. And then we got these are the in-stock cabinets at Lowe's in white. We actually got a really good deal on them because Lowe's really screwed up our order and then ended up not charging us for half of them. We got the pools from Amazon. The microwave, actually all the appliances here are not the original appliances that we wanted to get. We had an order in with Home Depot and they just kept pushing the order back. So we canceled the order and went to Lowe's and walked down their clearance aisle and got all of these appliances for less than the original order, which was really, really nice, especially with the microwave we got for like half off because it was a show item that they had on the floor that they were no longer carrying. So it's a really nice microwave that we got for 50% off. The stove was on sale for $8.99, and I actually really do like this stove. The only challenge we had with the stove was because we did the concrete countertops. They are extra thick. So we really had to jack the stove up because these are meant to slide in over top the countertop. And then that is why we ended up putting this kick plate here to hide the feet of the stove, because it is much higher than it should be. The backsplash we got from a local tile superstore, and this was more on the expensive side because it's the concrete tiles and they're really in season right now, or in trend. So we just decided to do an accent behind the stove, which works out really well in this space. It gives it a little pop of color and texture and more of the farmhouse vibe. And then Jason and I poured all of the concrete countertops. It was a relatively easy installation. It was just physically demanding because it's so heavy, and like we'd have to run out and mix and then run in and dump, and then I would smooth it, and it was just kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then we had to coat them and seal them, and we ended up getting this really nice product from Z Countertops that does the edges. So you just put everything on. It comes with the rebar that goes inside the concrete. And basically the whole kit, and then you just snap the edges off when you're done, which was really, really easy. The only thing I have to say about my concrete countertops is I really like them, and I love the look of them. And I actually like the texture and the beat up look in a farmhouse setting, but because I did do so much baking before I went back to work, it's too porous for that. So we had always said that if we were staying in this house, we would leave everything else concrete and epoxy this one, because when I bake, I'm messy and I just like to use the entire island to roll things out on. So that's something to consider if you ever think about doing concrete countertops. This fridge we got new from a friend for $500, which was absolutely great. My only regret with this is it's not counter depth, but for the situation that we were in with the appliances and the price is more than worth it. We always said if we stayed a little longer, we eventually would upgrade to a counter depth. We have the sink area over here. This dishwasher was also like 50% off, and it is a KitchenAid, really high-end dishwasher, and I absolutely love it. Like, I want to put this in my next house. It has the 3 racks, so it has a silverware drawer and a smaller drawer, and then it has the second rack and the bottom rack. But the really nice thing about this dishwasher is, I believe, like this rack right here has these buttons in the back to raise or lower, so you can get bigger items on the bottom. And on the control portion of it, you can actually tell it just to wash the first and second racks, which we never use because we have 5 people in this family and we're always filling up the dishwasher. But if you don't do that, it would be a nice feature. We have the open shelving here, which is really pretty and on point with the farmhouse trend. However, one of my regrets with this is it collects so much dust. I feel like every week when I'm doing my kitchen wipe down, I'm having to take all the things off and wipe the shelf and then like wipe off the top plate because we had all of our nice white dishes out on display as well as some other items. So right now I've just kind of staged it for the showing. The sink I absolutely love. We got this sink for like $250 on Amazon, and it is absolutely huge. You could wash your babies in here if you want to. It has the really nice grate that sits up, a nice catch basket, and then it has these accessories with a drain board, a built-in cutting board, and these all slide and move. And then it actually came with a colander that also fits in there, but I never use it except for when we were doing fresh vegetables out of the garden, which didn't last very long because of the timing that we moved in. And of course I have my beautiful cast iron on display right now, which adds to the farmhouse theme, and then we also use them. And then we have this giant island with 2 30-inch cabinets that are absolutely ginormous, and right now there's not much in them because we've moved everything out. But I had more storage than I ever needed in this kitchen. And then of course we have the eat at bar for the kids that's been really, really helpful. This side of the kitchen was kind of difficult. It's a smaller eat-in area, but we really needed a pantry space because the house does not have a pantry. So we decided to put it in this section and scoot the table a little out of the way. So I have a pantry cabinet here, and then we have a designated coffee area, which if anybody knows us, we drink a lot of coffee in this house. So this was a perfect little area to keep all of our coffee stuff and the coffee pot out of the way of everything else. This table, my husband refinished. I got it for $125 on Facebook Marketplace, and I had to go pick it up across the Bay Bridge, but it worked perfectly for the area. It does have a leaf in, so it does get a little smaller, and it has a 4th chair that he finished, but we decided to go with the chairs, and then this really nice bench back here that we found from Kirkland's that really kind of goes with the theme of the house and is also good for the kids, or I actually really enjoy sitting there when I'm working from home. The white, I can't remember the color of it. This is Amazing Gray by Sherwin-Williams, and then my husband just whispered to me that that is called Pure White by Sherwin-Williams, and that is all the paint that we use. We only use Sherwin-Williams paint. We don't use any other brands, and we only use that on any of our houses because it is great paint, and it comes in really good colors, and I always get compliments. All of my lighting came from Lowe's. And I wanted to go with a little bit of a different look on the lighting, but it kind of came down to budget and timing at the end. And this was actually items that they had in stock. So this one was actually aged bronze, and I spray painted it black, as well as these pendants. We were able to get the black wiring, but we still had to spray paint these pendants and these pendants, and these were a mix and match set, so you can buy the base and then you buy the different pendants from Lowe's. And then of course we have the Edison bulbs. Edison bulbs are nice, but they burn out really quickly. They don't last a long time. They put out a lot of heat, and it's kind of hard to get this color in any of your other lighting. It's a very different warm color, so we tried a couple of the other ones, but of course some of my light bulbs are bright white and some are brown, but it works okay. Going into the laundry room that's right off the kitchen. It's a very small room, but it works. It has an exterior door because this used to be the only back door on the house before we ripped out that window and added the other back door. And then we had a washer and dryer here and no closet. So when we did the renovation, we decided that we were going to fix it, put in the stacking washer and dryer that I got for about $450 a piece from Lowe's when they were on sale for 4th of July last year. And then we added a cleaning closet, which has our water shut off in the back, and then storage for cleaning supplies, which has been really helpful. We have a coat rack for coats, and then we were able to hide the HVAC unit with a custom vent that Jason made with a piece of metal that we spray painted from Lowe's. And then we actually made this magnetic door out of shiplap that pops off, which is really nice and decorative, but works really well. If we go into the living room, we did a water-resistant laminate floor that was wide plank that we got on sale from our local Flooring Depot store. The same one we got the pretty accent tile from. And then these are actually peel and stick tiles that you can grout from Lowe's. They're about 99 cents a piece. And we wanted to do that because we're always in and out with our boots, and we needed a kind of waterproof surface. So we went ahead and put that in. And then Jason had a really good idea. This black trim is actually tile edging that you find in the tile department, and we put that in to be the transition between the two floors, which worked out really, really well. We made custom balances for the windows on the front of the house just to give it more of a farmhouse look. It was really inexpensive to get, well, it's getting more expensive these days because wood is expensive right now, but at the time it was an inexpensive way to give it some more farmhouse charm and hide the curtain rod and make it look a little more finished. We have the built-in TV area that housed Jason's 70-inch TV, which is now in the RV, if you all saw the pictures. We went ahead, and since we had all the walls down to the studs, we were able to put in a pipe in the wall to run the TV cord down to the components and put in a plug for the TV, which was really, really nice. And a really nice finish, especially when you can do that. And then Jason ran Cat 5 cords all over the house, so we could get really strong internet at different sites and for all the TVs. We also finished off the beam up here with the same wood as the balances and stained it as well, which just gave the house a really nice farmhouse look as well, and it was really inexpensive. And then if we head in this way, this is my son's room. We did the farmhouse theme in here too. This is set a little differently now because we had to take out all the furniture. But we had some paint that I originally bought for the hall bathroom that I didn't like in there. And I honestly don't remember the color name of this, but it's another Sherwin-Williams. Jason did some really nice trim work here, and then I got this peel and stick wallpaper off of Amazon, put it up, and then Jason finished over it. I also got these lights off of Amazon, and they just plug in and they're dimmable. and they just give it a nice look for Thomas's room, and then he can also keep one off and dim one so he can read books in bed and it not be too bright. We had to replace this window, this entire window, because the renters broke it. And then we also put a valance in here as well, which just kind of finished off the room and looks really, really nice. We continued the laminate flooring into his bedroom, and then he has a nice little walk-in closet over here as well. All of our trim is just
1x3.
1x3, and we just did kind of a craftsman look, and it was a lot less expensive and more of a farmhouse vibe in here. And then the doors, we replaced all the doors with these 2-panel doors and the black handles from Amazon as well. A lot of the stuff came from Amazon because it was a lot cheaper and I could get different looking stuff. If we go into the girls' room, it's a little larger than my son's room. This is Sherwin-Williams Sachet Sand, which is this really nice pink. It's not too bright, it's not super girly, because one of my girls is girly and one is not. We also did the valance in here as well, to continue the farmhouse theme. And then we did a peel and stick wallpaper that I found on Amazon as well to kind of put an accent wall in here. I have found that I'm actually pretty big on accent walls. I do them all the time, it's just a habit of mine. But this was nice, and I also didn't have to finish this drywall because I did all the drywall finishing in this house and I was so sick of it by like the second day. This fan actually is the only thing left from the original house that the renters did not break. So we were able to just clean it off and salvage it. And while it doesn't go with the farmhouse theme as much as I'd like it to, it was one thing I didn't have to replace because of the renters destroying it. So we'll go. Okay, now on to one of my favorite rooms that we redid is the hall bathroom, or the kids' bathroom. This one was also gutted, although we were able to salvage the tub. We bought this when we did the last renovation in this house in 2010, I think. I really like this bathtub because it's got this nice curve to it, so it seems a lot bigger than it is when you're in there, and it's a really nice soaking tub. And it has a leaning back, which is nice also when I'm in there taking a bath, because I don't have a bathtub in my bathroom, which is perfectly fine. In here we got this really nice marble looking tile from the Tile Mart, as well as these wood looking planks. So we paired them together for a more modern farmhouse look. And I think it just turned out really well because it's still got a rustic element, but this white wall really bounces the light out of here. The shower head and faucet set we got off of Amazon for about half the price you're going to find the black faucets in Lowe's for. But you do have to be very careful with the back part of them that hooks into your plumbing, because when you get sets like this off Amazon, they are from China and they don't really hook up well with American plumbing standards. The light above the bathtub Jason installed, these are really cool LED lights. They look like can lights, but they're actually really thin discs, and they work great if you're in an area that doesn't have a lot of overhead room for a can light or recessed light, but it gives you that look and a ton of light in here. We also went with these 3M hanging baskets for storage in the shower instead of installing a shelf, and they've been working out really, really well and also go with the theme of the bathroom. All the accessories we got from Amazon, except for this little basket I got out of the Target clearance section. It was brown and I spray painted it with some leftover spray paint and added a little wreath, and it goes really well with the farmhouse theme. Paint is Sherwin-Williams Sea Salt. I put it in every house that we've ever lived in, as well as when I was the director of Silver Swan Bayside in Stevensville. It's a wedding venue. We painted the entire venue this color because we all loved it so much. New toilet from Lowe's, and We did a recessed medicine cabinet that works really well in here, and then got this nice modern looking LED light bar from Amazon, and it moves as well. And then the vanity my husband built from scratch and did a wonderful job on it. We ordered the faucet from Amazon along with the vessel sink. The hinges are also the same ones that we used in the kitchen, and then Jason built this wonderful vanity for us that has a ton of storage, but also fits with the plumbing, and then has a nice little area for towels as well. And we stained the top, which goes along with all the other wood accents we've done in the house. So moving on across the house. This is our master bedroom. It is not a huge master bedroom, but it works really, really well. I don't have time to hang out in my master bedroom, so I don't need a seating area in here. I don't know anybody that actually does have time to hang out in their master bedroom, or can do so alone without a child coming in to interrupt your quiet time. In here we went with a shiplap accent wall, and also saved me from having to finish the drywall on that wall. We actually did not replace the drywall on that wall. That was the original drywall behind it, and then we just did a shiplap over it, which was a very nice backdrop to my beautiful farmhouse decor here, my hairy Q, which I absolutely love, and hope to get a real one soon. We got this from Target. We kind of just happened to see it, and now I see it all over Facebook in other farmhouse designs, so this is a very popular print. The wooden accents here we got from Kirkland's, and we happened to just spot them. We went in looking for, I was going to put pictures here, but Jason spotted one of these, and then we happened to see the other one on the other side of the store, so we were really lucky that they were a matching set. The wreaths I ordered from Amazon. The lamps I think are from Target, and I've had them for a long time. We did switch out the shades, but they've been traveling with us for the last couple of years. The furniture is from Ashley Home Store. It does have a matching dresser, which is in storage right now, but these are awesome. And they have an electric plug in the top here for your lamps and things like that, and then they plug into the wall, which behind the headboard we did install two outlets with USB outlets as well, which comes in really handy for all the little things that we have to charge. The bed I got off of Amazon. It's a black metal bed. It does have a matching footboard. It's really nice and looks good with the farmhouse style, and it was really cheap, but I think in the next house I will go with a quieter bed frame, because these tend to squeak a lot. In here we also did the valance on the window, which adds a really nice element in here, and brought the wood in. The paint we went with was Sherwin-Williams Contentment, which is a little more on the greener side, and that's what I really wanted. And it's a really nice calming and soothing color, and fits the palette for the rest of the house. And something that we do that a lot of people don't do on interior walls is I usually go eggshell or satin instead of gloss or anything like that, because I just prefer this flatter matte finish. I think it's a lot more calming than if you did a semi-gloss or anything like that. So I don't listen to the paint people when they try to tell you what use it's for, other than putting gloss on doors and trim, because they pick up little fingerprints from your kids all the time. Moving over here, Jason built these awesome sliding barn doors from scratch. He bought all the lumber. We bought the kit on Amazon and the handles, and they actually have a indent in the back of them in case you're in the closet, but I don't have a walk-in closet, so we don't use that aspect of them. But it's just a kind of deeper closet, and then we put some shelves on the side, but it's not 100% finished or the way I would like it to be if I would continue living here. The only issue I have with these doors is, because this doorway is not super wide, is that if I'm getting clothes that are hanging here, I have to move the doors and go on either side. And I almost feel like it cut off the doorway a little bit, but it fits the design and it works, and we get a lot of compliments on these doors. Our bathroom, which was the biggest renovation due to all the water damage. We had water damage in all the water areas. The hall bathroom had water damage, the laundry room had water damage, and then this room had a ton of water damage. My husband pretty much had to cut to here from the wall to here and replace the subfloor. Luckily, it didn't do anything to the joists, but we found t-shirts shoved up under the old tub, and the renters clearly knew there was a problem and didn't report it to us to fix. This room probably got the most change as far as structural. So before the sink was here, there was a big standard double wide oval tub and shower combo that was basically one piece that we had to cut out. And then there was a standing shower that went snug into this corner and where this wall is. So when we renovated the laundry room, we bumped back about a foot into this room to steal space for the stacking washer and dryer, because we didn't need a tub in here and we wanted this big walk-in shower. So then we were able to steal some space for the washer and dryer, put in this really nice big walk-in shower, but then still have some kind of space for storage. Before, this bathroom had nothing, and I had seen something similar to this on Pinterest and thought it was a really good idea for us. And it's really nice. They're really big, deep shelves. We put some shiplap in the back to kind of add some dimension. And then we can store things, and of course this wasn't exactly how it was set up. I had big baskets in here. One held all my makeup, one held all the extra toiletry items, and then one was a decorative shelf for cotton balls and Q-tips. And then down here also had a basket, but now everything's been moved out. When we did the renovation, we also added an electrical outlet under here. I like to keep space heaters in my bathrooms and crank them while I'm taking a shower so it's not cold when I get out. And then we also wanted to install a towel warmer, which we never got around to because we ended up listing the house. Jason also added an additional light switch here that controls the light in the shower, which again is another one of those faux slim light can lights, and it just adds a lot of light in the shower area. I usually don't shower with it on, but it is nice to have. This light and fan was a really nice find at Lowe's. It's actually a Bluetooth speaker, so you can jam out when you're getting ready and listen to music while you're taking a shower. So that was really, really nice. And then we also put in a new light over the vanity, and we got this on Amazon as well. The mirror we found at Home Goods, which I really, really like. It's a little more modern, but it really fits the space. Originally I wanted a black frame mirror, but we happened to just be in Home Goods and find that one. The vanity, I think, was the only item that we actually splurged on, but then ended up saving money on. Jason really liked this vanity when we went into Lowe's, and it was originally $8.99 or $7.99, and I went ahead and splurged and bought it for him because we were renovating this house during his 40th birthday. So I was like, well, since we're not really doing anything for your birthday and we can't have the big party we wanted to because of COVID, I'll get you this really nice vanity. But it actually went on sale maybe 2 weeks after we bought it, and if anybody knows, you can actually go back to Lowe's and get the sales price and get refunded. So I was able to get over $200 back. Actually, it was more than that because the vanity dropped down to like $5 something. So I took my receipt in and I got money back. So for $549, this was a really nice find. We bought the faucet online from Amazon as well. And then this vanity has some meat storage, and we can put the towels on the bottom as well, which is a nice touch. The shower and all the tile in here was from Lowe's, and really inexpensive. We have these nice big format marble looking tiles that play off the countertop on the vanity. And then we got some nice big subway tiles. And then we did splurge. This is real marble for the shelf indent here, and it was money well spent to put a really nice design element in here. And then this was really easy to do. Jason just built it out with 2x4s, and then we put hardy board over it, sealed it all, and then tiled everything. The faucet we got on Amazon as well, and I really like the faucet. It's got the big rain head and then the handle, which I always recommend if you have children that get dirty or children that have diaper blowouts. It's been really handy for that. My only regret is they don't both turn on at the same time. So if anybody likes to take a shower with their spouse, it's still only one shower head that you're sharing. We also did the shiplap on this back wall, which added a nice design element, and there used to be 2 shelves here that looked really good too. And then of course I have my beautiful cow that I found at Kirkland's for 50% off. That's me mugging while you're taking a shower. And then last but not least, this glass panel I actually got off Amazon, and it was really inexpensive for being a very large glass panel. I want to say we only spent $300 on it. And it was shipped to the door and delivered by a third party, and it just is awesome in here and looks really high end, but we really didn't spend that much on this bathroom for how nice it looks. So that's pretty much it for the house tour. I'm going to link a bunch of photos for you guys, and you can see the before and the after, and I'm going to also link the photos of what decor I had in here, which all came from either Amazon, Kirkland's,